Okay, I came to say it. I came to make it clear. So this is my video on my thoughts on Black Hammer, and y'all should be fucking against Black Hammer by now. Gazi Kodo ain't doing shit. Gazi Kodo ain't helping you. And now, let's read this article by Kevin Rashid Johnson, the Defense Minister and Revolutionary Intercommunal Black Panther, from the New African Black Panther Party. Agents of disruption and deception exposed Black Hammer's plot to destroy revolutionary leadership and to manipulate the people. 2020 by Kevin Rashid Johnson, Minister of Defense of the New African Black Panther Party. Y'all can read all this shit, but let me start. On May 3rd, 2020, in reaction to the principal criticisms that I and others had against the horrendous political line publicized by Gazi Kodo, Gazi and his organization Black Hammer met to discuss the devise a code name Operation Storm of the White Tears. It is a vile scheme to aim split revolutionary organizations to play their members against each other and absorb and disaffected members, those organizations, into Black Hammer, manufacture quote-unquote negative false narratives against organizations in social media groups and positive ones in favor of Black Hammer. Its members generate the spread of dirt against quote-unquote enemy groups and are devious proposals and all calculated manufactures and sells a favorable image of Black Hammer to the masses and create a cult of personality around Gazi and destroy quote-unquote Black Hammer's perceived enemies, who are identified as revolutionary and social media groups. As one comrade stated upon me reading the OSYT, if Gazi ain't on the FBI payroll, he is missing out on an opportunity. The full text of OSYT is published along this article so it can be read in its own words. OSYT goes far beyond Gazi and previous unprincipled reactions to an evasion of principled criticism to now engage in blatant counterintelligence pig-style maneuvering. The intentions plan laid out in the document read something like taken directly from the FBI's COINTELPRO counterintelligence program. Files directly with the same type of organizations have principal targets of COINTELPRO operations, namely Panthers and communist organizations. The OSW confirms once for all that Gazi and the Black Hammer are not a revolutionary organization, but a thoroughly reactionary right-wing group that pretentious at serving the people is nothing but trickery and calculated to quote-unquote win sympathy and towards Gazi and Black Hammer, as OSY admits that there is no concern to lift and uplift to serve and uplift communities, as Gazi falsely portrays to the public. Also, can I tell you something? Black Hammer is a weird-ass fucking cult. Y'all should fucking know this. Black Hammer is a weird-ass fucking cult. I'd rather drink the fucking Jim Jones Kool-Aid than join that fucking cult. They call Anne Frank some colonizer Jew. What the fuck she be colonizing? Auschwitz? A gas chamber? Cause she ain't colonizing fucking shit. She was a 16-year-old Jew who was literally gassed on her fucking birthday. What she be colonizing? Her white ass? What? Is her white ass colonizing Auschwitz or that gas chamber? No, motherfucker. That's fucking bullshit. Colonizer Jew, my fucking ass cheeks. Black Hammer as political police. One of the most problematic about OSYT is it adopts the textbook methods used by the establishment's political police to destabilize and destroy very groups that the pigs have historically targeted. And what they mean by pigs are like the feds, the police, and continue to target to this day. In fact, the tactics that Black Hammer is proposing among the very same ones used by the FBI in its secret war against domestic revolutionary groups like the original Black Panther Party, in particular, codename COINTELPRO. And it tends to propose a method of OSYT, WT, and COINTELPRO nearly duplicate to each other. Under OSWT, Black Hammer has taken the role of the political police in its design against other revolutionary groups. Which is no surprise, as we previously warned that anti-white racial nationalist groups like Black Hammer have a legacy of working for the interests of the imperialist enemy against revolutionaries, where abroad, here and abroad, the U.S. organization killed Black Panthers Bunchy Carter, John Higgins, and the Nation of Islam killed Malcolm X, etc., such elements instrumental into subverting the most African anti-colonial struggles during the last century. In fact, many of those racial nationalists came to nominally, quote, liberate African countries as junior panthers of imperialists. Ghazi is no fucking revolutionary leader. This is the part y'all should be reading, because they're just doing some COINTELPRO. And you supporting fucking Ghazi, no, don't support fucking Ghazi. Ghazi ain't doing shit for you. Ghazi is scamming you for your fucking money. He is not there to build your fucking Hammer City. His Hammer fucking City is just gonna be a fucking scam. Fucking kidding me. Next, literally, Ghazi's a fucking wrecker. Whether we look at the new scheme Ghazi hatched under Ghazi Black Hammer leadership, or we examine his historical practice of blatant inconsistency, or we look at the line of the Black Hammer as glaring clear that Ghazi and the leadership he represents within the Black Hammer organization is in no way revolutionary. Foremost, Black Hammer is a group composed largely of young people who have no prior experience within revolutionary groups, or study revolutionary theory, or history, or practice. Where else is Ghazi, who previously left or was expelled from the African People's Socialist Party, where he held a position of leadership and has had extensively training in revolutionary history and organizing and mass work, an advantage he uses against Black Hammer members and other political underdeveloped people to compel their blind obedience and belief that he is a genuine revolutionary leader. This is why he fears and avoids public criticism. Indeed, he cruelly persecutes and ridicules and expels from Black Hammer anyone who dares criticize him within the organization, which leaves others fearful of opposing him. He just reminds me of the new Bob Avakian. It should be made clear, Ghazi's prior political experience and training does not make him a revolutionary. Actually, it makes him a very efficient revolutionary leader of just the type that Ghazi is demonstrating. In fact, Adolf Hitler and Benito Mussolini were the most prominent fascists who portrayed themselves as revolutionary socialists, were effectively to appeal into sections of the working class doing mass propaganda, because like Ghazi, They had no prior experience in training within leftist groups. Hitler had been a police spy within the German socialist movement, and Mussolini was expelled from the Italian Socialist Party, not unlike Ghazi. I wouldn't say Ghazi is like Black Hitler or shit like that. That's weird, I'm not gonna lie. Both of them such efficient organizers as a result of their political experience in leftist work. They have absorbed many former socialists and other leftists into their organization, just like as Ghazi proposes to do. And more telling, just like Hitler slash Ghazi, have rabid anti-Marxist is a rightist pushing for a racial nationalist line under false cover of socialism. Remember, communism was called socialism until Vladimir Lenin broke with it, the Social Democrats, and coined the name communism to distinguish the revolutionary Marxist line from revisionism in the Second International. Ghazi's hustle has been to intimidate community service type of programs taken from revolutionary groups like the Black Panther Party to use them as the OSWT to reveal and quote-unquote win sympathy and influence over the people. This is why he constantly draws attention and boasts about the Black Hammer's project, which he is falsely portrays as programs aimed at saving lives instead of advancing. Ghazi and his Black Hammer's own agenda. Ghazi holds many Black Hammer members under his unprincipled sway by keep telling them politically underdeveloped through encouraging vulgar, lumpen, and unprincipled conduct. Sensationalism is dismissing a genuine political, steady, principled conduct struggle over intellectualizing the struggle. In the organization, the New African Black Panther Party, we had dealt with a large dangers of the errors of the vulgar lumpen conduct within revolutionary work groups. No need to remold these tendencies. Now let's consider Ghazi's historical practice and its consistency. Today he portrays himself as forcefully anti-white and anti-capitalist. But just a few years ago, he was eccentric YouTube character who called himself Smile Tone, who played a clownish minstrel type of role as second fiddle to two white women. He glorified the lifestyle, the rule of the super rich whites, and made clear that the fame was his chief aspiration. His constant antics and maneuvers even expressed now OSWT was aimed to win him wide acclaim and recognition by promoting his quote-unquote brand and calling himself the Queen of Communism. They be just doing pig shit, not gonna lie. And OSWT aimed to win him like a wildly acclaimed... Oh wait, where is it? Shows he continues the desire for fame and attention, has nothing else to do with uplifting the masses or communism. As the OSW states, becoming famous is a main objective of the Black Hammer scam. Ghazi is simply an opportunist and purist sort who's milking racial nationalism for all he can do to boost his own self-promoted imagery as a revolutionary, and demonstrate how he treats people and considers how he abused and humiliated a black woman who complained to Black Hammer after they failed to deliver their supplies she was promised were being brought to her. OSW is in effect The devious plot of OSW as it laid out in 3 phases, which we will summarize below and are well underway. And also, guess who gave me this article? Not who gave me this article. Guess where I got this article from? When I was watching Mouse98's video about Against Black Hammer, and also y'all should go watch it. Shout out to Mouse98. We might disagree on a couple of things, but Black Hammer be doing pig shit. Phase 1, Ride the Wave. Phase 1, the state that the Black Hammer should manufacture a controversy by dropping controversial takes, which is what they did when they posted their piece Black Hammer launches #ToBeFrank to combat colonizer white leftists, published on May 1st. In fact, OSWT, Ghazi, and Frank remarks are specifically identified as the hot takes around which Black Hammer would create controversy. They had done this to continue. And also, you know how it's helping, how they're helping basically really like the right, really, because like for example, literally Fox News has an article saying a communist group has said Anne Frank is some colonizer Jew or some shit like that. What the fuck should she be colonizing? Using this scheme that aimed to provoke a widespread public discussion around their remarks solely purpose for drawing attention to the Black Hammer, they propose to quote-unquote humanize themselves by manufacturing sympathetic personal stories about Black Hammer members. This is outright mass manipulation. Phase 2, hook the masses. The Phase 2 and Black Hammer states they will induce a broad-based platform to give them an interview. On May 3rd, Ghazi challenged YouTuber Blair White to conduct this interview. White has over 300,000 followers and over 900,000 subscribers. Blair White's some bitch that I hate. This interview will focus on controversies manufactured by Black Hammer and some instigated by Black Hammer engaging in the most trashy behavior. And also, you know this, Blair White is like some huge ass, literally like, literal like right winger who literally posts like tons of trans medicalists and transphobic shit about trans people. Fucking kidding me. You go on Blair fucking White show. Trashy behavior that they can devise. We have seen such trashy behavior in several posts, and Black Hammer has recently made featuring vulgar deceptions of reference to sexual activities and connections with Black Hammer's political line. Throughout some trashy conduct, Black Hammer aims to get people talking and asking questions about Black Hammer to gain attention, which Black Hammer intends to do manipulate into channels sympathetic to groups. Also, let me get my charger, not gonna lie. Phase 3, destroy our competition. In Phase 3, they devised to isolate revolutionary groups from the masses, pit leaders and members against each other, and get other groups and social media pages shut down, escalate conflict, allege grift against other groups, etc. These divisive measures have been constantly moving along full steam. Black Hammer has constantly targeted the New African Black Panther Party and the United Panther movement. They have posted alleged allegations that the New Black Panther Party had misappropriated fundraisers from people. They have sent divisive and provocative communications to United Panther movement members. They have repeatedly insulted posts and comments against leading New African Black Panther Party members. Those organizations they have made to United Panther Movement members to join Black Hammer, and so on. So we can see how Black Hammer has been busy carrying out this full plan. Conclusion: we call honest members of Black Hammer to lead the organization, and under that leadership of example of Gazi Koto and his reactionary commandist, opportunist, dishonest, counter-revolutionary, Gazi remains a sensualist actor whose agenda is to seek recognition and acclaim. He has taken what he learned in prior organizations and works using it to misguide less developed young people who are likely sincerely in wanting to bring real change to our oppressed conditions. And when Gazi left or was expelled from the African People's Socialist Party, he leveled a number of criticisms against leader Amitala Yeshiteli for abuse of leadership. What others who also left the group recognize as Gazi has become very thing he once criticized. Our struggles need principled, unstable, and humble leadership that places the interests of the people before their own agendas. He is rooted in the correct political and ideological line. Gazi Koto is not that sort of leadership. Dare to struggle, dare to win, all power to the people. Note links: Karashi Johnson, Pitfalls, Racial Nationalism, a response to Gazi Koto of Black Hammer. And there's other things. Look, dear Cheyenne Taylor, I saw this horrible message you sent to Comrade Nathan. I am disgusted by you. Why are you talking to people doing free service for like shit? This is how you deal with people. If it's fucking disgusting, you didn't pay for the supplies, you didn't pay for the gas, you didn't pay for the labor. We don't owe you shit. I'm talking off this list. I thankfully to God that this is mix up happened and shined a light. You ain't shit ass. If you get you, then so be it. People like you make the world a horrible place to be in. Don't confuse kindness for weakness. Don't ever fucking threaten me or want haters. The long to-do list don't mean shit. Blah 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 blah. Damn. Also, I'm gonna post some clips of other things as well.
What are your thoughts on the Black Hammer organization?
It's a fucking weird-ass cult, except I'm pretty sure that Gazi actually knows how much sugar to put in the Kool-Aid.
What are your thoughts on the Black Hammer organization?
After I let Black Hammer speak his piece, now I'm gonna let Mouse98 here basically speak his piece as well, because basically he's actually given some good basically, I like what he says in this video, and he basically explains it well.
Video, and as you can tell today, there is no gameplay or music due to the subject matter at hand being quite serious. This is not to say the other subjects I have covered are not important, but this is some, other level type shit. So, if you look at the link in the description down below, you'll see a link to a post from New African Black Panther Party member Kevin Rashid Johnson, and in the article he brings up various issues on Black Hammer and their pig-like actions. Hopefully you all know by now about the controversy surrounding the hashtag #ToBeFrank, where members of blackhammer.org have made outrageous statements of belittling Holocaust victim Anne Frank simply because she was a white Jew. Now, as awful as that sounds, what if I told you this was planned? Yeah, I'm not joking. This shit was planned by Gazi. As stated by Rashid, that part one of their plan was to drop hot takes. Now, saying icy things about Anne Frank is a hot take. Part two is supposed to hook the masses by drawing them in based, on racial pride and struggles and actual struggles that they faced. They will have fooled the masses into buying into their reactionary bullshit and draw them in and convince them to join their reactionary movement. Part three is to discredit other groups, mainly, white ones, white leftist orgs, but ones of color are also, fair game. There has been attacks on the NABPP, or New African Black Panther Party, from Black Hammer. This is actually some classic pick shit used by the FBI against the old revolutionary parties back then. Don't let this revisionist son of a bitch trick you or convince you of their actions. Black Hammer has used identity opportunism to help spread their vile, horseshit message to recruit people that are struggling into their own fascist circle. I don't care what color they are. Listen, coming from a black person, you don't have to latch onto every word we say. You can critique us. You can call us out. Yes, I know about the shit I said in my Finbull response video to Maoism. As I said before, there's some mistakes in there. I have to correct and so on and so forth, but this point stands. This is a good moment to do so. Critique them. Don't let those ignorant ass niggas prevent you from calling them out. They are fascists, like the Nation of Islam, like the NBPP, not the NABPP, but the NBPP, the ones down in Georgia right now. The APSP, HOTEP, okay? Fuck all of these niggas. They ain't shit. They ain't on the worker side, and they will use the oppressed to get their ways. I highly implore you to read the article that I have linked below. This is a serious issue and it needs to be dealt with. This is Miles98 signing off. Hello.
Basically, Malice98 is basically telling you like it is. He is basically spitting facts here. The other thing is, literally, don't be listening to this shit at all. And also, here's another one. Article. Has the New African Black Panther Party misappropriated funds from a children's bus program? Answered a false critique from Ghazi Kodo. You can also look about this as well if you want. But this was all planned. This is pig shit. This is pig literal federal shit. This is all the pig fucking shit they be fucking doing. All this fucking pig shit they be doing. Black Hammer ain't your fucking friends. Black Hammer ain't none of y'all fucking friends. If you believe that, oh yeah, fuck off. You're dumb. No, this is just some dumb shit. You have been fucking drove into their fucking cult. You have been pulled into that fucking cult. Entirely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.